This is the second UTF fight, the Ultimate Force. It's time to prove here which force really is the better force. Now, because of this, a team is made up of 4 heroes. As of right now, we have Arcano, Hazmat, Ivy Time, and Moonlit Alchemist, all fighting for Infinity Inc. It's going to be up to you 4. You're representing your force. It's going to be up to all of you guys to work together and solve this problem that's in front of you. And so, with that, let's get right into the problems. The place that you are all in right now.
Bing bong, fuck your life.
Hold up.
Echo.
The place that you are all in right now is basically plopped in the middle of New York. Echo. So the place that you all are right now is you all are plopped in the middle of New York. Basically just right there in the middle of Times Square. You guys are coming in halfway through an invasion. There is armed military people, armed to the teeth. They got rocket launchers, they got guns, they got training, armor. A whole bunch of them, hundreds, possibly even thousands, more around the line of hundreds. And they are just sweeping New York, destroying buildings, killing people, shooting on sight. It's a complete bloodbath. Now, you guys are being plopped right in the middle of this. You have 3 things you need to focus on. 1, you need to focus on stopping the army. How well can you guys fight this army and beat them up? 2, how well can you find these destroyed citizens? There are people trapped under buildings. There are people running away. Some people are in the middle of it. Some people are hostages. Some people got away. How are you going to find them? And how are you going to get to them is a better question.
Guys, I think Power Dealer went to go get Popeyes.
Echo, I think you're the only one that can't hear me. Can everyone else hear me?
Literally everyone is muted out.
I can hear you.
Yeah, someone tell Echo he can't hear me.
Echo, you're the only one that can't hear PD.
We can all hear PD.
Oh, what? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was wondering why you kept interrupting you saying Echo.
Yeah, I'm like, Echo, shut the heck up.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, Echo, what the hell are you doing?
Echo couldn't.
Oh, bruh. So that was going on. I was just being intrusive. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you good now? You good now?
That whole fucking time.
You kept interrupting PD.
What the fuck? Because it was all of you muted up, and just me and Power Dealer unmuted, and that's it.
Yeah, I was like, Echo, shut up.
Fuck your life.
Yeah, I was like, Echo, shut
That's
up.
funny. Okay, I'm shutting up now.
As long as you know it's all good. So, back to where I was. Focusing on attacking the army. Number 2, you need to focus on finding the people. Number 3, you need to focus on defending these people. No matter what, people are going to get past you. Even if you have a god offense, people are going to get past. How are you going to protect your people? How are you going to keep them well? This is all that you have to work out. However, there is a solution. There is a little bit of a wrench thrown in this problem. Even though you guys are thrown right in the middle of this, and these are tons of enemies, guns and everything, they are all being led by one boss who can command them all, Licht. Licht is going to be there, and he's going to be doing his best to make sure that you all cannot complete your objective. And so, with that, it's time to show us what you're made of and start the match. I'm going to be going down the list down here. Anyone who wants to speak up, feel free to do so. How do you guys plan on taking out this army?
All right, I suppose I'll start us off. So I'm assuming all the 4 of us are starting together. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. another hazmat. I believe I'm going to go ahead and use my power on hazmat first. Shooting a beam right at him. What is created when this happens?
A giant golem made of acid and blood.
Wonderful. That's going straight on the offense.
terrifying.
Straight on the offense for that creature.
Right.
Sending it to take care of the soldiers that are invading. Seeing as it's made of acid and blood, I don't think traditional weaponry is going to be incredibly effective against it. Sending it to, as fast as possible, incapacitate as many enemies as possible. Not necessarily finishing them off, but destroying weaponry, knocking people down. Just making the enemies unable to fight before moving on to the next, just to get as many of these soldiers out of the combat as possible, starting based on proximity, and then a little bit further down the line, I might direct it somewhere else as needed, based on my allies' actions, if someone else wants to.
All right. So shooting a hazmat, getting the poison blood elemental, and having that thing just go in, start. By the way, Echo, I won't be focusing on a lot of things, so if anyone not from your force joins, you're allowed to kick them.
Word. I will execute that with extreme prejudice.
And so
I kick them.
And so you bring out that golem, and it's just running through the enemies, acid and blood, destroying their guns, their weapons, throwing them around, knocking them around. All right, anyone else?
I'll go next. Oh, unless Ivy wants to go.
No, go right ahead, Hazmat. Do it.
All right.
Do you,
So
man.
after he shoots me, is there any adverse effects on me?
Nope.
All right, cool. So my immediate reaction, is it just enemy soldiers directly in front of me, or are there civilians like scattered through the crowd?
Everything.
Are acceptable casualties a thing?
It counts against you.
Fuck. Okay. So fingertips, I'm going to be pointing at people, sending a pressurized blast through the now hole in their chest, and just immediately incapacitating as many as I can while running through looking for pedestrians. If I find one, I'll use one arm, pick them up, run back to the team, hopefully behind somebody like Arcano or Ivy, dropping them off, and then resuming my whatever you would call that
All right.
crusade, basically.
So shooting acid at enemies, damaging them, running through the crowd, finding people, bring them back to base. I have one thing about that. The nature of your power doesn't exactly it does permit, but like, it's not gonna make it easy.
Oh no, I know. I'm full monkey brain. Like, I get that.
Anger as well. What's gonna stop you from attacking the people?
The difference in the clothing. Because I'm assuming the soldiers are dressed like soldiers, the pedestrians are dressed like refugees. You know, all battered, beaten, and ripped up clothes, blood all over them, this and that. Enemy blood all over them now.
Yes, but remember, dumb. I know you say dumb a lot to say what you are, but the better term is rage.
Yeah, basically barbarian rage. Which doesn't mean I can't necessarily distinguish between the two, but it will be a lot harder for me. So like I said, there will be some acceptable casualties, but I will be picking up as many as I possibly can.
Alright,
If
so
I
you might
notice
accidentally shoot little Timmy.
Yeah, I'll shoot little Timmy in the face, bro.
No. Oh God.
Alright, but
I might do that on purpose.
Alright, but Hazmat just diving through and attacking the enemies. Got it.
Yep.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll take this moment to describe. I did say that I would hold off further direction for the elemental based on the actions of my allies. Maybe the elemental is accompanying Hazmat to ensure that there aren't any civilian casualties while providing support to him, maybe defending him from enemy attacks and helping him to finish off some of the enemies that he might have trouble with on his own.
Alright, anyone else?
What I will do
is any civilian that they bring back, I'll utilize my time power and heal them and try and get them feeling a little bit better while I see if there are any grass patches that the soldiers are on, and if possible, utilize the roots to grab as many soldiers as I can and pull them into the ground.
That won't be very effective. I mean, kind of. Grass does have a lot of roots, but not exactly how you're planning on doing it like that. But that going back in time thing works.
Quick question. You said we're in the middle of New York City. How far away from Central Park?
I said right in the middle of Times Square.
Okay, then,
Shoot.
yeah. Nah, I'm screwed.
It's a pretty damn good distance.
Go.
Yeah, this is kind of debilitating for poor Ivy.
I will heal civilians.
So you're just throwing up. So you're just throwing up multiple time barriers, plopping dead people on them. Healing spell.
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
All right.
That's pretty great, honestly. Arcana myself. It's separate from my elemental. I think
Sure.
helping Ivy to do triage, get people to them, get people to a safer location, directing civilians in such a way, while helping out Ivy time, focusing my elemental on defense and offense, and myself on support.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, it's my turn.
In a bit, Licked.
So I will actually be focusing a majority of my attention on Licked, using the openings that Arcano's Elemental and Hazmat are creating. I'll be trying to hit Licked with my beam attack as soon as possible.
Okay. And
I
what's your
have
plan
no
for
idea.
that?
I honestly have no idea exactly what kind of form I'll take if I do hit him.
Energy.
But just straight energy.
Energy.
Now, what will my energy form let me do? Like, can I pass through people, or?
No, you're still kind of physical formed. Like, you can move around some stuff, like iron bars, like, let's say. Since energy is a little bit intangible. But
Okay.
but let's say you
So,
get hit
like-
by a wrecking ball, you're gonna go splat.
Okay. I guess it just doesn't sound like the energy form really gives me any kind of benefits. Really, I can.
Recommend something for Moonlight?
I'm all ears.
So hit me with the beam, and then make the acid front side, and just fucking start football tackling people, but don't start running when you hit them, because you're gonna go through them.
I mean, I was thinking that, but that will mess up your powers. So
Yeah,
If
but monkey
you're
brain
cool with that.
anyways.
I just don't want there to be more civilian casualties than you're already going to cause.
But I feel like if we take Licked out as quick as possible, we would avoid as many civilian casualties as possible. Because if we take him out, then the soldiers have no leader, and if the soldiers have no leader, they're in disarray. We can easily divide and conquer.
It should be noted that Licked is not all-star buffed.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
no.
yeah. I mean, if Hazmat's fine with it, I will be hitting Hazmat then and using my acid form to help take out soldiers.
Perfect.
Basically, like a second Arcano goal.
All right, so if I get this straight, Moonlight, your plan is to hit Hazmat, confuse your own teammates' power, but you become made of acid, and you're just gonna go Leroy and jump right into the middle, going through as many people as you can.
Exactly. I'll have at least a bit more sanity than Hazmat would.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, that is if you don't hit. I think that's secondary. If you don't hit licked, then you can do that. But if you can hit licked early on, I think taking an energy form, I'm assuming that gives you like an increased form of speed, like because energy is fast. And licked isn't fast. He just uses portals. So if you can catch him while he's transporting, then I think it'd be pretty easy to take him out in melee, considering a form made of energy versus a human being, superhero or not, is going to be a bit difficult to win.
Okay.
Also, if you wait until you get close and then blast him, would that unconfuse my power?
Yes.
No, well, oh, it would. Oh, yeah, even better.
You can
Okay.
only affect
Yeah.
one guy at a time, if I remember.
So
Yes, but I thought I had to wait out my time limit before I could affect somebody else.
so
Uh,
basically, after you shoot me, oh sorry.
Okay, so that's a pretty good deal. Let's move on to the boss, Licked.
Alright, so I heard someone said they're gonna charge me, right?
Yes, now you can start wherever the heck you want. It's your army.
I do like I am a Battlefield Chaos man, so I'm gonna start roughly in the middle of my army. Anytime I see someone, every time I see a civilian get grabbed, or like they get sit down, I'm pulling a portal in front of them, pulling them back. Just like mine, or having a soldier like put a portal for my soldier, put a portal in front of a civilian, just have the soldier grab a civilian, just pull it back. Nope.
And then close the portal, I'm assuming?
I mean, if I kill the civilian, do they still lose points for it?
Essentially, yeah, but it's more of you thwarting their plans. But yeah, that does work. So anytime you see a civilian, you're gonna put a portal in front of them, pull them through, and just have your soldiers execute them.
I was having a soldier pull them through, so I'm not directly in the, so they can't like go from the portal straight to me. Put a soldier between us.
Ah, okay, and
Have the soldier.
since the way your
And these
power
are A-rate.
and since the way your power works, you can just put a portal in front of a soldier like 20 feet away from you, and then get a civilian somewhere there, and then pull him in.
Yeah. And if I see a civilian like in the time zone, I'm gonna like replace that civilian, have a soldier replace a civilian with themselves through portals that way. Just boop. Do it that way. And I heard about the energy charge blob. I didn't really hear that very well.
If Moonlight hits you, then what will happen is your portals won't work really well, and he'll be made of energy.
Is this a range attack?
Yep.
Anytime I see him get like roughly 20 meters away, putting a portal in front of him and sending him back. Nope. Or sending him like through another horde of like civilians, or even try like throw him behind his teammates. I heard he just bull rushed me, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
I think it was a
Yeah.
more.
He charges me, put a portal in front of him, have him run through it himself.
And if he doesn't walk through?
Portal myself away. I like to stay away from anyone that could kind of take away my power. Generally speaking.
All right. And you said something about soldiers in Times Square. What was that about?
I heard something about like someone was placing on like healing spots for the civilians.
Mm-hmm.
I've had my place a portal in front of the civilian and a soldier the same way I had before, and it's have the soldier pull the civilian out and replace them with civilian. So it's the soldier that's getting healed instead of the civilian, if they can.
And if not?
A soldier randomly appears for a group of civilians, so you just start blowing them down, I guess.
All right. So you're also airdropping soldiers into their healing spot, is what I'm guessing. What I'm hearing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. That's good licked. Anything else?
I heard there was someone else who's doing energy blast. I know about Charge Boy. What's Articuno doing?
There's Arcano has made a blood and acid elemental, really tall, about 1 to 2, about 1 story, maybe somewhere around 2. But this thing's big, and it's just knocking through your army.
Is it able to trigger my portal?
Yes?
I'm cutting it down.
Your portal's not big
Okay.
enough for it.
I mean, kind of the same way I did Spear's Bird. If I can like have a fist go through it, kind of cut off the fist.
Yeah.
If that works. Go do it that way.
All
Whittle
right.
the diamond down. If it moves forward, put a portal in front of its head. Snap that off.
All right. Now, what happens when it starts regenerating?
I guess I kind of like repeat the process if I can.
All right, just to slow it down.
Yeah, just try to slow it down. Try to cut as much damage before my army finally disappears,
All right.
and slow it down as much as possible.
I think that's good, Licked. So, everyone, what's your plan for defending against all of this stuff? You guys are going to have soldiers airdropped against you. You guys are having to deal with your own civilians being taken from you through portals and just executed. You guys are also having to deal with the army that gets past the offense and towards your setup, where they're all keeping up, where all this is going on. What's your plan there?
Okay. So I want to start this one. Can Ivy make one big healing field? Not quite healing field, but the time reverse field. Like, how big can that be?
A double door?
A double door? Okay. So, if you can make a bunch of those, but really close together, I'm just going to start stacking like, I'm going to stop using my power, start stacking civilians, and every time I see a portal open up, I'm going to grab a motherfucker by the head and just send a blast of acid through his mouth.
All right,
And,
so
like, I will be playing back defense because Arcano has nothing. All he has is his golem, and Ivy has nothing. All he has is his time fields. So I will be playing backfield.
all right.
I think I think them as a little bit more than that.
All right,
yeah.
so you're moving back, going back, and anytime a portal opens, oh, there's a soldier coming through. Oh, there's someone else. Oh, a portal opened up.
Dr. Octagonopus, yes.
All right. Anyone else?
I will do what Hazmat said and make a bunch of time healing fields close together, so that way, with the civilians that he gets and everything, so that way they can actually be healed and not the soldiers, and cancel any time fields near soldiers.
Okay. All right. Anyone else?
Yeah. I think there's also the added benefit of, because they're at the triage spot, they're healed very quickly to a point where they're able to move to like back to a point where they're not injured at all. We can just send civilians away. They don't need to stay in one spot. We can keep mobile to keep from being swarmed over time.
I
We can.
forgot. It's
we can
not
keep
a fucking
evacuating.
healing field. It reverses time.
Yeah, so we can keep evacuation going on at the same time as triage. And there's also the added, if portals are appearing near me, I'm assuming that Licht is at a point where he can see that spot. I want to get close to that, and I want to be able to see him as well. It's like, I'll make eye contact with the motherfucker.
You can't see through them.
Can't see through them, but he can see where he places it, correct?
Yes.
Then I will move to a spot where I can see where he is in relative to that portal. Not looking through the portal, but I can see him from where the portal is because he can see the portal.
All right. So
And
if you see a
I'd
portal,
like
Licht must be somewhere. Let me find him.
Yeah. He must be in line of sight. I wanna match it, and I wanna hit him with a beam. And that's a beam that I don't think he's going to have the reaction speed or the ability to quick enough block that with a portal.
You said shoot it through the portal, right? Or shoot it at him?
Shoot it at him.
Okay. And so, trying to find Licht. Oh, he's over there. Bang! Oh, I got him.
Yeah. And so what is that? Could you describe to me what that creates?
Energy golem.
Energy golem. Gotcha.
Energy golem.
And then at that point, that'll be performing a similar task as I advised Moonlight Alchemist earlier, where with that, the speed of energy to hunt down Licht and take him out in the fight, so that we can prevent these airdrop soldiers, prevent the kidnapping of civilians.
Since your golem is still big, not exactly fast.
Not as fast. All right.
No, it's like a slight speed increase, if I'm being honest here.
Light speed increased? Okay, that's all right. I'm assuming the offensive capability is still similar to that of acid, because pure energy being very high power, I think it would have a very similar ability. Then yeah, I'll keep the energy golem. It can go right back to its old job. It'll mow through the army even quicker than before.
All right. Anyone else?
All right, I got some words.
All right.
So Licht, he said he's firing off all these portals all over the place. He's using portals to try and stop me from getting close and to run away. He's using portals to nab civilians and switch them out with his soldiers and this, that, and the other. But I'm not just running through soldiers in acid form towards him. I'm also like firing off beams and everything to keep him on his toes, keep him distracted. He's going to be having a lot to focus on all at once, especially with my beams variable speeds. So it's not going to be any real time where he's in a comfortable spot to be able to plan effectively, and especially when he gets hit by a beam eventually, his portals just will not be doing what he's hoping they're going to do. They'll still be moving towards him.
All right, so while you're in acid form, keep on the eye for Licht. See him, bam!
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. Then will we be moving on to the next part? You guys are talking about all this good stuff, all of that. It's pretty good. Licht. I need to get you in again. You hear what they're doing to you. They are hunting you down. What
Licht said 1 sec. He said he's getting on his laptop.
Okay. Well, then I'll skip him for a little bit. Going to you guys again. This is all good and all. You guys are going around. You guys are finding. You guys are, saving civilians, holding the front line, healing them. How are you guys going to find them in the first place?
Well, there's the added benefit of I have an extra pair of eyes. I have a summon on top of myself, and like I said, I am focusing on support. I think that defending the civilians, finding new ones, is going to be of relatively high priority for myself, while the golem goes on the offensive. Sort of like a two-pronged act right here, doing all of the above at once.
All right, so your plan is to have the golem. Sorry about that. So Arcano, your plan is to have the golem just go out and attack, while you yourself, you're going around looking, where are these people? Oh, there's a person, and you run over and save them, right?
Close. The golem is being sent out to attack. It's not quite just like go attack. It's attack in this area so that we can carve out a path, or attack in this area so that they can't approach from right there. And for myself, it's within relative distance, because I do want to keep close enough to the civilians that if someone is airdropped in, or if someone is, or if there's a portal and I have that chance to shoot a beam, then I can support Ivy Time in taking out those airdrop soldiers, so I can help to protect. So yes, I'm doing that within a relative distance of the existing triage.
All right. Anyone else?
So my shit's all wacky right now because I'm assuming Moonlight is still using my power if he hasn't hit Licked yet. So I'm trying to use it as little as possible while retaining as little rage as I can, which I know isn't really a thing. So, like, I know I'm probably going to focus on the soldiers more than I am civilians, but I'm also going to try and, like, point them out to anybody who's close to me that is not a soldier. So if I can think enough, I'll be like, hey, person here, blah!
All right.
Just
So
kinda continue
trying to
the
keep your
rampage.
rage to a minimum.
Yeah!
All right. All right. Anyone else?
As for myself, of course, my main focus is going to be on trying to keep Licht in check. I mean, as I'm taking out soldiers, civilians should be able to escape, but otherwise, honestly, they aren't my main focus as part of this team.
All right. So you're still on licked. Anyone else?
Other than healing, if possible, if I could find a way to help either take out soldiers with vines, roots, whatever root I can see being a tree, being grass, being whatever root is around, if I can utilize it to like help at least get soldiers, or even if I could use it to like grab Lick's foot, if I could make line of sight with him and he's standing on like grass or something. I don't know. Is that is my offensive and healing. Civilians is what I got.
All right. Licked. I see you're back on now. So, like I said,
Yep.
you've got
Can you hear me?
moonlight. I can hear you. You've got
Okay.
moonlight coming after you. You've got Actually, I think it was just moonlight going after you. You've got moonlight going after
Some
you.
throw beams at me from afar.
Um.
Question.
Yes. If you were to make a
Do I
portal,
have my do I have
do you have what?
do I have my gear or
Yes,
no?
you do.
Okay. That I will definitely use that to move around a lot and just keep mobile.
Can you
And,
say what your gear is
Increase my
again?
durability. The speed durability exocert.
Exosuit enhancing speed and slight defense.
Yes.
And so you're going to be using that to move around as well as your portals, correct?
Yes. And the second my portal can get triggered from looking at someone, throwing soldier and them together.
All right, so still
Kind of
airdropping
thing.
the
More
server.
drill back.
Licked. You have Moonlight Alchemist. Anytime he sees a portal, he knows you can see that area. He's looking around trying to find you and shooting a beam at you. What's there?
It's myself, Arcana, actually.
And Arcano. Both of them. Moonlight's also kind of just in the middle of the fight, kind of Leroy Jenkins in it.
From my knowledge, I don't necessarily need to see the portal, the location of the portal I'm placing, right?
Yeah, you kind of do.
Okay. I figure with how mobile this, with how increased my speed is with the portals and thing, I'm gonna be able to try to dodge it. And if they do, if they can see me, I mean, my portal can, I can do stuff with my power. So I'm gonna try to use that just kind of more, if put a soldier between me and them, that way, or just flat out to put a portal in front of me, and just have the blast get absorbed by that.
I did say
So
I
not
won't
really.
say specific numbers, but I did say I don't think that your reaction time is quick enough for the speed of this beam particularly. No, that is up to PD.
Was your speed 60?
No, it is higher.
Ah.
I mean, for you to send a beam at me, I feel like I would have enough time for when time you get to me to look at me. I feel like I could have enough time to put a portal between me and you.
And so you're planning on keeping your distance.
Yeah, just keeping my distance, being mobile, being very, moving around, and if I just like I said, throwing soldiers in front of me and them.
All right.
Because their job is to evacuate, right?
Yes.
Can I just like, are there any of the heroes that aren't like active combat, other than Ivory, right?
What do you mean?
I heard Ivory said he's mostly doing like time portal stuff, or time heal zone stuff.
Yes.
Is there chances I can just like nab him and throw him in front of a like throw him into a golem or something like that? Throw him up in the air.
Hold up.
right-
I'm looking. Hold up. I'm looking at Arcano. Arcano. I don't see. Yeah, Arcano. You still have it's 60. The other one.
Yeah, I did.
Was
I did look.
200.
I did look. After I said it, I immediately went to look, and I was like, "Never." I was about to say, "Never mind." It is. You were correct.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
Real fast. But I no, you're right. I am mistaken. I apologize.
It's all right. All right, Hazmat, and so continue.
Yeah, if I get like the odd small chance that Ivory's like doing something, and I can just randomly grab him, throw him to the golem or something like that. I feel like if Ivory gets thrown into an acid golem, it's gonna hurt him a lot. And being able to take out their healer is a very good plus for me.
And how are you planning on doing it again? I'm sorry, I'm kind of cutting out a little bit.
By placing the second portal like next to him, just grabbing him and throwing him through it.
Oh, so soldiers grab this.
Yeah.
Soldiers grab this guy who's on the other side. Whee!
Yeah.
All right. We've gone through all the categories, which means it's time for final remarks.
Okay. So, I want to start this off if that's all right with the team. I'm standing like right next to Ivy, tossing him people to heal. So I see somebody coming through a portal trying to grab him. I'm just gonna melt him. Like, death. That's all.
All right.
Also, I am also at triage. I'm also with Ivy, so assisting him prevent even if it's just grabbing onto him so he doesn't get pulled anywhere. Then
What
there as
does
well.
triage mean?
Healing.
Triage is like it's
First aid
basic
station.
wound care, first aid. That
Okay,
kind of thing. Like,
okay,
when
I was
you
wondering-
first go into a
Yeah,
hospital
I
and they're
didn't
looking
realize
at
you
your
guys were-
wounds. That's triage.
I could kind of get it based off of context, but at the same time, I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? Okay.
Yeah, apologies. Yeah, it's
No,
just
it's
first
all good.
aid
It's all good.
I do have a final remark. Wait, so I wish to whenever I attack the golem, I'd like to try to throw its energy blob towards the group of them. The part that I'm putting off.
So using the golem against him a little bit.
Yeah, that's like dropping the golem on themselves, pretty much. Whatever part I can cuss up, like preferably try to throw it at Ivory so the healer gets hit by a bunch of acid.
All right. Going back to the final remarks. Like that would be your final remark.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah, if the case is that my own golem is used against us, I can just put it away for a moment, shoot another beam, get it back.
All right.
He does have the acid golem factory standing right next to him.
All right.
If he's still working triage with Ivy.
All right. So Hazmat's just donate my power, please. Everyone, take my power, please. All right.
Yeah.
Any other final remarks?
Yeah, I've got some final remarks. So based on what it sounds like, Licht can have a max pairing of 2 pairs of portals at a time.
Looks like it.
And Licht is going to be trying to, like, redirect beams and dodge by using these portals. Right?
Okay.
But with how many things he's trying to use his portals for, especially with my beams varying in speed, sometimes speeding up and going really fast, sometimes going really slow, they're going to throw off his portal timing. Meaning that, he might take down his portal thinking that, the beam will have gone through by now. or he'll have to leave it up even longer, waiting for a beam to come through. And going a little bit further too, because he wants to mess with our, IV and our like safe zone that we're kind of trying to make. But depending on how far he's trying to get away, there's buildings and other obstacles that could prevent him from being able to directly see Ivy and to be able to affect them directly. So I just wanted to bring those up.
All right. Ivy, last remarks.
I don't really have any. I mean, if anything, I'm trying to dodge any portals that are coming at me while healing people. I mean, I know hazmat and everyone's got my back, so
Oh, Ivy. Also, I posted a picture into the Battlegrounds chat. There are plants at Times Square.
there are.
They're potted decoration plants. I'll post it again so it's fresh.
Oh,
I went on Google Maps and took a picture.
The plants are real.
I tried to look
I
it up.
want peace.
And so, Ivy,
Yeah.
does this change your
Um,
final remarks?
Well, with finding out that there are roots, if anything, I'm going to try and utilize my roots to grab soldiers, strangle them, and well, that would require a line of sight, and I'm trying not to get hit by Licht's powers.
Ivy, if I may, Ivy, you could
Uh-huh.
also use the roots to block line of sight and create like a
Wall.
barrier.
Yeah. Can I do that?
You
I will do that.
can, but it's not exactly effective. Since
I'd say it's more for blocking the soldiers off than it would be blocking line of sight, because then we just have to worry about the ones immediately inside that area and the ones Lichter dropping in.
Yeah. Okay.
so just using that for added defense.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that for added defense.
And with that, that concludes this UTF match. Just like the other force, you will not hear your results until the final team has played next week.